We're not done with the 80s just yet. Buckle up, here we go. Duran Duran, A View to a Kill. Hey guys, welcome back to the Bond Report. My name is Chris, aka the Bearded Blofeld. Today we're talking about Roger Moore's final film, A View to a Kill. And while this movie may not be ranked as high as some for some fans, you can't deny that the song is an absolute all-time banger. If this is your first time here, I try to put out weekly content surrounding James Bond. So if you're a James Bond fan, just like me, please consider subscribing. And I always appreciate a thumbs up. Now, this is probably one of my favorite songs in the series, and there's good reason for that. If you know the song, you know it's a fantastic song. It's actually the only James Bond song to go to #1 on the Billboard charts top 100. Of all of them, I would have thought Adele. Maybe it was just at the time. I have to double check that. But either way, it went to #1. Fantastic track. If you've been here before, you know I'm going to be going through quite a few different things. But make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you a couple things that maybe you didn't realize or know about this track, and of course, the band members themselves. As many of you also know, I'm a big vinyl collector, and this actually was released, of course, in a time when vinyl was very popular. Now, I have my 45 single here. Pull this up. It's actually one of my favorites because it utilizes the gun barrel, and we've got Roger right there. Of course, back, we've got some of the cast members. So, fantastic little piece. I wish I had a better condition one, but this is the one. I like to find things in the wild. So, Duran Duran reaches out to Cubby Broccoli at a party and pitches the idea that, hey, we should write the next song. After thinking about it, Cubby agreed to it, and of course, the rest is history. John Taylor was the one who initiated that conversation, being the bold, kind of front bassist that he is. And the song took off with its combination of pop, rock, punk, synth. The song was it went gangbusters. Duran Duran was signed to EMI record labels back in December of 1980. And their first big breakout song, Girls on Film, would debut in 1981, followed up by their second album, Rio, which had the famous song Hungry Like a Wolf and Rio on it. And of course, in 1985, for the James Bond film A View to a Kill, where their title song would break those records and hit a #1 single on the Billboard charts. Now, obviously, we know there's a little bit of drama surrounding John Barry and the band and the production of this song. We are going to get to that at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around until the end, and I'm going to talk about that, as well as a few other fun things that you may or may not know about the band and this song. Also, if you'd like to follow along, I'm going to leave a full set of lyrics down in the description. You can pull that up and follow along. Okay, without further ado, Duran Duran, A View to a Kill.
Meeting you with a view to a kill, face to face in secret places, feel the chill.
Okay, immediately we are served up with some heavy synth, and I love the way it just has this like reverberation, that boom thwack, boom, boom thwack. It's so intense. It's 100% of its time. It is a pure 80s sound that we just didn't get after this era.
Nightfall covered But you know the plans I'm making still oversee. Could it be the whole of opening wide? A sacred why, a mystery gaping inside. The weekend's why, until we dance into the fire. That fatal kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire to fatal sounds of broken dreams. Dance into the fire. That fatal kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire.
Okay, so we've gone through the first chorus. Now, a couple things with the lyrics. You can clearly tell they're writing this almost as if it's a spy talking to another spy perspective, saying that, we're going to meeting you with a view to a kill. I can see you. I've got a shot on you if I need it. But we're face to face in secret places. So I love it. They really did put some thought into these lyrics. And guys, I'm going to tell you at the end how long they had to write this song. It's going to blow your mind. It really is. It's crazy in the time that they were able to put this together and the quality that they turned out in conjunction with John Barry. All right, let's back it up. I want to hear the chorus again. I love the chorus. It's a huge hook. Now, being a product of its time, with synth music being so popular and dance clubs and disco still thriving back in this era, having the hook be talking about dancing into the fire, oh, that was just, sprinkling candy and gold for people's ears back then. Anything where you could put dance into the lyrics, it blew up. And still to this day, that's a tactic that some artists will use to have a song just skyrocket into the charts. Anytime you can talk about dance, remember, it usually goes really, really well for the band. Okay, I'm going to back it up a little bit because I want to hear the chorus again.
The weekend's why, until we dance into the fire. That fatal kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire to fatal sounds of broken dreams. Dance into the fire. That fatal kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire. Choice for you is the view to awaken. Between the shades, assassination, standing still. First crystal tears fall as snowflakes on your body. First time in years to drench your skin with lover's rosy stain. A chance to find the phoenix for the flame. A chance to die.
Okay, go through the chorus again. It's big, it's bombastic, it's bold, it's in your face. But let's talk about the lyrics. So with the chorus, we've got dance into the fire. That fatal kiss is all we need. So clearly we've got some spies understanding that falling in love or the dangers of falling in love or getting too close or getting intimate can be fatal. Dance into the fire, that fatal sound of broken dreams. I love this because to me, I interpret that as They heard the gunshot that killed them, and they realize their dreams are never going to come true. And that's so dark and it's so deep, but it works so well. And I think that's why they say dance into the fire, because they know they're going into a dangerous situation, and you might as well go in there as joyful as possible and as hopeful as possible, because you know it's a very dangerous situation. Now, going into verse 2, he actually leads in, he says, the choice for you is a view to a kill. And he's basically, it's like, it's that spy conversation again. Basically, the first verse, he says, I've got a vantage point on you to where I could have taken you out. But the choice is now for you. Will you take a vantage point to kill me? Great layering, great storytelling. Love the way they do this. Then he goes on to say, between the shades, assassination standing still. That's basically that spy situation again, where you've got one spy standing between some like mini blinds, the shades, getting that vantage point like a sniper would. The first crystal tears fall as snowflakes on your body. The first crystal tears fall as snowflakes on your body. The first time in years to drench your skin in lover's rosy stain. Ooh! I don't think I realized that lyric before. Now, the crystal tears fall as snowflakes on your body. Obviously, that's basically saying that your body's gone cold because you're dead. And then, this is crazy. The first time in years to drench your skin in lover's rosy stain. So I take that line. That line alone completely changes the entire perspective of the song. I was thinking that this is two spies talking to each other. It's not. It's almost like a love letter from one spy to another. And oh, this is great. The one spy is telling the other one, I'm coming for you. From a view to a kill. If you can find me, you need to get your view to a kill. And that's where verse 2 starts off, where he says, the choice for you is the view to a kill. And he's letting him know, between the shades, assassination standing still. I've got eyes on you. I'm hidden behind shades. And then this is where it blew my mind. The first crystal tears to fall as snowflakes on your body. He's not talking about, it's not the spy talking to the other spy. It's the spy talking about the other spy's lover. And the crystal tears are falling because the lover has been killed. Hence why we follow it up with, first time in years to drench your skin in lover's rosy stain. He killed his lover, and the rosy stain is the blood. Oh, this song took a whole different meaning to me just now. I love it even more. I do. Okay, I know, I'm talking too much. Let's go ahead. I'm going to back it up a little bit. We're going to finish the whole song out.
Choice for you is the view to a kill. Between the shades, assassination standing still. First crystal tears fall as snowflakes on your body. First time in years to drench your skin with lover's rosy stain. A chance to find the feelings for the flame. A
me, aren't you?
Bond, Simon Le Bon.
Okay, guys, A View to a Kill. Now, if you've been watching this series at all, you know that typically I can kind of pick out a sound, an instrument, something that kind of jumps out or stands out from the rest of the music or the rest of the songs in general in the franchise. This song, it's so synth heavy, it took me a little bit of research to figure out what exactly I was hearing. And come to find out, it's actually drums, it's octobans. Octobans they're a real thin drum, and I'm actually going to read an excerpt from Duran Duran's website where they were talking about how the songwriting process went for A View to a Kill. So this is coming directly from the perspective of Roger Taylor. He says, John says, "Hey Raj, what's the beat from Honky Tonk Woman?" Aha! I play it since I know it from my school band days. It sounds great as JT kicks in with the now familiar delay effect bass line. Bernard puts his head around the door. Yeah, great! Come on, Roger. Give me some creativity, dude, he says fiercely in his native Brooklyn twang. So I unpack my octobans, a long thin drum that features in Wild Boys, and I somehow work them into the song. Boom, says Bernard. We got it. Now here's what's crazy about the writing process. Once John Taylor secured the band to get the song from Cubby Broccoli and Eon, they were given 1 week to write this song front to back, which is absolutely wild considering what we got in the end. Now, mind you, of course, John Barry stepped in, put his little flair on it as normal, and that, of course, helped keep it a little more grounded to the franchise. But ultimately, really, this song was like 98% Duran Duran. And I know there's some talk behind him and them and what happened. I don't want to focus on the negative. I know that they clashed, and I have a feeling that just comes down to creative process. And some people's creative process is very different from others. I've worked with countless musicians. Sometimes you have some writers that just don't work well together, but they can work fantastically apart. And I feel like that's exactly what we had here between John Barry and Duran Duran. Fun little fact about the band as well. Back in 2022, Robert Downey Jr. would actually induct the band into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This song would represent several significant points, not only for the band, but also the franchise. Obviously, this was Roger Moore's final outing as James Bond, but it was actually the band's second #1 hit single to top the charts on the Billboard Top 100. Now, at the time of filming this right now, we are currently celebrating the 40th anniversary of A View to a Kill. And I have created these shirts specifically to celebrate and commemorate the film itself. So I'll leave a link down in the description where you can get that. And if you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. And I always appreciate a thumbs up. So at the end of the day, with its synth, pop, funk, disco kind of vibes and inspiration, A View to a Kill still stands on its own two legs to this day as one of the best songs in the Bond franchise. It's still a party song, but where does the song stand for you? And if you got all the way through this video, comment below with a green heart to let me know you made it to the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, Merry Christmas 007.
With you.